I want to thank everybody for coming today. My name's Ed Clancy, Program Manager for Bicycle Initiatives under the direction of Mayor Filner. It's a very exciting National Bike Month, as a lot of implementation has been taking place. Thanks to Mayor Filner and the many community organizations that have been behind the support, encouragement, and advocacy for safe routes and bike lanes and many great things to come as well. With that, I'd like to introduce Sam Ollinger from Bike SD. Sam is the Executive Director of Bike SD.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sam Ollinger with Bike SD, and I'm extremely excited about this improvement on Montezuma Road. The unfortunate problem was the whole thing got kickstarted after a local resident was killed last May, almost exactly to the day. And that started off an effort to make Montezuma safer. The primary thing we were trying to do is narrow the travel lane so drivers would go a lot slower and be more responsive to the other users of the street. The mayor's been extremely helpful in this regard in supporting our efforts and actually just pushing it through to make this implementation happen so much more quicker than it otherwise would. What would have been a several year-long process just took mere months. So on that sense, we were very excited. Everyone that we've talked to has said this is a drastic improvement from what's been there before. The buffer on the either side that you can see, the painted buffers, that gives a lot more breathing room for when you're riding across the street. And in a general sense, is a great sign of things to come. So I'm very excited about it. Thank you, Mayor. And I'd like to next introduce Andy Hanshaw with the San Diego County Bike Coalition.
Thank you, Samantha. It's a great day to go green, right? So I want to thank the mayor for his initiative to make this happen and to improve safety for all people who ride. This is what's known is an area that would be known as a conflict zone, and what we're doing here is reducing the potential for conflict between motorists and people who ride bicycles. So we're grateful for the mayor for taking this initiative and for doing more and more things around our city to become more bike friendly. Since he's been in office, a lot of things have been happening, and we're seeing more and more people that are riding in their daily lives. Not only here, but across the nation, everyday bicycling is becoming a way of life. And by doing things like this and increasing safety for everybody, in addition to alerting motorists who are in the area, this is an education tool as well to make motorists more aware of where bicyclists will be traveling through this area to be safest. So I want to thank the mayor for his continued efforts to make our city more bike friendly. I want to thank the advocate community and the folks behind the advocacy and for the push and from the community for making these things happen in their neighborhood and in this city. So we're very excited about it. We're thankful, and thank you very much. And now I'll introduce Robert Craddock, bicyclist.
Hi, I've been commuting on this route last 7 years, and this is really a drastic improvement over what was there before. There was just a wide open space for cars. You can't blame the cars. They really didn't know where they were supposed to be going, turning right up here. But sometimes down that street, you'd see a line of cars in the bike lane, and you'd either be pushing on windows or riding on the left side. So for my wife and my family, and my friends, I feel like this is a really wonderful and needed improvement for the city. So with that, I want to thank the man that did it and has brought so many other fun things to the city, Cyclo SDS and others, Mayor Filner. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. I got to thank the bicycling community. What do we call you? Enthusiasts, activists, advocates. They're the ones that made sure that make sure the public officials are aware of what's going on and give us the expertise and the sense of urgency for all this. The city staff, where's Linda and all your people, thank you so much for actually doing it. What you see here is what we call Class 1 bikeways, the first one in San Diego, where we have made it a lot safer where the conflicts between cars and bicyclists take place. You see the color, but you also see the buffers, and you see where the right turn lane has been put in, which before just cut over where the bicyclists were and probably was responsible for the fatality that occurred. So we've separated out with colors, with buffers, with markings. And we're going to do that all around the city in the most conflicting of zones. The most dangerous conflict zones? For example, on 54th and University, Genesee and Balboa, Harbor Drive and Park Boulevard. Those kinds of places where there is real conflict. But this is just the start. These conflict zones, which separate out bicyclists from cars, is just the start. We have to have the safety. We have to have education of motorists and how they're supposed to respond. Cyclists need some education too. I know everybody needs to be aware of everyone else. And we're going to have, this is the beginning or another major step in what we call complete bike infrastructure for San Diego, where you can get anywhere in San Diego to anywhere in San Diego safely by bicycle. And we're going to encourage that throughout the city. We're going to build up support, we hope. We have the person who did the Portland infrastructure, Mia Burke, is going to be here in San Diego for a couple of days, laying out the whole infrastructure that we need to do here as a city of San Diego. We're starting the first, what we're calling Ciclos Dia, days of bicycling, where we take a route or a neighborhood or a section of the city that cars will not be allowed for a period of time. And people will be able to enjoy bicycling and walking and meeting their neighbors and street fairs. And we're going to show that there's an excitement to biking that and can be done in a real safe way. So we're starting with this bright green Class 1 bikeway, but we're going to have a biking structure for our whole city where every one of these enthusiasts and then soon to be enthusiasts will be able to bike safely, get their exercise, not use gasoline, help the environment, help climate change, and create world peace. Thank you, bicyclists, for doing all of that. We're open to any questions you might have about either the technology, Linda, if you can help us, Linda, right? About what occurred here for the structure and any of the questions.
Mayor Filner, do you think this would ever reach up to college athletes? I know this was a concern. Would it ever be extended?
Yeah, of course. We're going to have every street is going to be bikeable when I'm finished. These are the hardest ones, but they're also the ones where where it's clear what we're doing, and so people will be more interested and see that we're concerned about safety. And if we can get the roughest streets done, and here we are, by the way, San Diego State, thousands of kids bike. It has to be safer. It has to be safer. So we're going to clean up the conflict zones. We're going to make sure that the bike routes are laid out clearly, and the kids are going to be able to go from wherever they live to San Diego State in a safe way. It's a key part where the universities are, because you have far more bicyclists per capita or whatever. Other questions? Any of these guys are here for an interview? We're going to do it. I want to get. I always call you something else. Linda Morabian is the genius behind all the official city construction. Thank you, Linda, for everything you're doing, and she can answer any questions you might have. Thanks so much for being here. Let's bike.